What's good? What's good, everybody? We back, man. For another edition of Giants Conversations, man. So today, want to get into a couple of Giants topics, news and nuggets, if you want to call it that. Just came back from the NFL draft, so we were down there, we were out there, and strong. You know what I'm saying? Big Blue Crew, you know what it is, but just want to come on and kind of rap about what's going on with the New York Giants. New York Giants signed Dexter Lawrence to a 4-year, $90 million extension. We want to get into that. Um, Also, want to get into this rookie minicamp that just took place this weekend. Also, want to talk about Saquon Barkley news that they re-signed or talking about re-signing Saquon Barkley here. Contract talks have resumed with Joe Shane Giants and Saquon Barkley. So a couple things to get into, man. But like I always like to do, man. Shout out to my chat. Shout out to Tudo. What's good? What's good, Tudo, man? Appreciate you coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? Says Matt salutes and respect. Big boss NYG22. Appreciate you. No Mets, man. Appreciate you, man, coming through, man. Stopping by, man. Chopping it up with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm solo right now, man, but hopefully we get a couple guests in here a little bit later on or whatever, man. But let's see. Let's get into this, man. So Dexter Lawrence, man. 4 years, $90 million extension, man. How y'all feel about that, man? Personally, I think it's well deserved. Dexter Lawrence coming off one of his best seasons last year, under Wink Martindale. You know what I'm saying? He is the heart and soul of that defense, in my opinion. We struggled, you know what I'm saying, when Dexter Lawrence was on the field a whole lot, man, because he was getting double teamed consistently, man, and a couple other guys wasn't able to pick up the slack, and that means Kayvon Thibodeau, Leonard Williams, and also Azeez Ojulari, man. So we need Dexter Lawrence. He's a staple in this defense, man. Our best defensive player. To the you see it, you hear echo. Hold on. Let's get this. Here. All right, hopefully that's better, Tudo, man. But we're gonna do the best we can today. Matt says, call me premature, but Hyatt feels like a star. Possibly, Jalen Hyatt, the speedster that we drafted in the third round. I think was the steal of the draft, in my opinion, because a lot of people were mocking Jalen Hyatt to us in the first round, so for us to get him in the third round is just, man, kudos to Joe Shane, man, and definitely doing his thing, man. But, yeah, we're going to talk about the draft here in just a second, man. But Dexter Lawrence, man. Dexter Lawrence, I think being the third highest paid defensive tackle was a win for Dexter Lawrence, also a win for the New York Giants, because you're going to see these defensive tackles start to get paid, man, because teams know that if you don't have a stud defensive tackle in the middle and you can't stop the run, it's going to be a problem, man, to stop these offenses in the NFL today, man. So I'm definitely pleased that Dex got his money, man. You know what I'm saying? Next up is Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas is coming up next, man, and he's going to get paid. I'm telling y'all, he's going to get paid for sure, man. Matt says, so happy we're keeping our star defensive tackles. That's a change from previous regimes. So happy for Big Dex and us. Yes, definitely, man. That's a good point you make, No Mets, because remember, a lot of times we were get these defensive tackles, man, good defensive tackles, man. We would just let them walk after 4 years. It was no bringing them back. We would just let them walk and then bring in the next guy. A couple examples recently is Linval Joseph and Dalvin Thomason. So definitely, man, the Giants finally starting to keep their plays, man. Look, this is what we wanted. Now, remember, in past years, there was a lot of turnover with this roster, man. You remember that one year that I think it was the Joe Judge year where they turned over like 25% of the roster, man, within the last couple of weeks of training camp. It was like a ridiculous number. They had never seen anything like that before, man. So finally, what Joe Shane and them are doing with this New York Giants team is they're creating continuity. You know what I'm saying? Remember, like always, we always talk about. Remember, anytime you go to a job, man, and you see there's a lot of turnover, that's probably not a good job to be at. You know what I'm saying? You see people coming in and out of there. It's the same thing with NFL teams, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a whole lot of roster turnover constantly year after year after year. You want to keep some continuity, man. And the Giants have kept a lot of continuity with this roster. Let me get to a couple comments here. Saw him handle the reporters. He has a good calm to him. Most definitely. I agree with that, man. Tudo says just got back from surgeries, man. Yeah, man. I hope you're doing well, Tudo, man. I really do, man. I know you've been going through a lot, man, on the field, man. But hopefully, man, you get well, man. You go out there and you kick some ass, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we always rooting for you over here, man. What's good, J-Lay, man? What's good, bro? Appreciate you coming through, man. You know what I mean? If you got time, you want to come on and chit chat with me, man. The link is in the Big Blue Crew Twitter chat, and I'm putting it in the YouTube chat right now. So, right, Mets, we refuse to re-sign talent, man, and that's one of the things that you're seeing Joe Shane do now. He is bringing back players, you know what I'm saying, that was performing for this team. You don't bring back the scrubs. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But you definitely want to bring back the players that are performing for you, man, and keep drafting well, man, and you will create that that depth that all these Giants fans are always talking about that we need at every position. Now we have depth at a lot of positions, man. You know what I'm saying? Cornerback. We got a lot of good corners now. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of a good defensive line. The defensive line is stacked right now. So don't get it twisted, man. You know, this team is prime for success, man. And you definitely take care of players like Dexter Lawrence, man. Andrew Thomas and Saquon Barkley as well. Definitely will look for them to see. I look for them to bring back Saquon Barkley soon. We're gonna get into that though later on. Ximines, yeah, I'm gonna talk about O'Shane Ximines too because look, man, I understand no Mets, man, how you feel. A lot of people feel that same way about O'Shane Ximines, but O'Shane Ximines is a good depth piece because guess what? Azeez Ojulari, who's confident that Azeez Ojulari is going to play a full season? You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know, so, I mean, you got a guy like O'Shane Ximines. Let's see what he does in year 2. Let's see what some of these players do when they have the continuity in the system moving from one year to the other. I think this is the first year that the Giants have kept the same system offensively and defensively at the same time. So, definitely, I want to see them keep the continuity on this team, man. So, you know, O'Shane Ximines, yeah. Could they find an upgrade? Maybe so, probably so. But, you know, he knows the system. He knows Wink Martindale's system. He didn't play that bad last year. I mean, he wasn't the best, but you're not expecting him to be the best, man. That's what your second-round pick, Azeez Ojulari, is supposed to do. He's supposed to be holding down the fort. You know, and that's the one thing that's got me worried about this Giants team is the pass rush outside linebacker position. You know, outside of KT and Azeez, I mean, we pretty much got the same group we had last year. Exactly the same. So They didn't really add anybody to that group, but that should tell you how Wink Martindale wants to play defense, man. It's not about the edge rushes. It's about stopping the middle and unleashing that blitz on third down and longs. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got corners like Adoree Jackson and Deontay Banks on the outside, so we can make that happen. You know what I mean? But Saquon Barkley has to be sensible, though. Yeah, he does. I mean, we don't want to break the bank for Saquon, man. It's got to be a reasonable number, and I think it will be. I think it will be. I think he'll get his money maybe around 11 and a half, 12 million or something like that. If they go high as 13, I can understand it. But I don't see the Giants going past that 13 a mil season number, really, with Saquon Barkley. Not confident in Aziz. I'm confident in Aziz on the field. When he's on the field, he's gonna get it done. I mean, the dude had like 5-something sacks in 5 games or some crazy number, man. I'm not good with the stats, man, but Aziz is good when healthy, and that's been a lot of our plays knock. Sterling Shepard, guys like that, but Ellison Smith, man. I was surprised. I'm still surprised Ellison Smith is on this team. I'm not trying to knock Ellison Smith, man, but I am knocking Ellison Smith. And I don't think Ellison Smith, I don't know, man. Will he be a breakout player this year? Maybe he'll be nominated for a breakout player or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because he's invisible, man. The dude is non-existent. I don't even know I guess he played in a couple games last year, but what you gonna do? I mean, that's a real lottery ticket right there, thinking that he's gonna do anything. No, Mets, for real. Is to restructure Dory's paycheck. No one else is left. Then we'll have negative 28 million in cap. What's your take, boss? Yeah, they could restructure that contract too, though, or they could restructure what's my man's name? Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams, I think, is the one that is that they don't want to touch. They want to let him walk after the season. And I think Adoree Jackson is somebody that if you extend because of the corner, because what we just talked about, how Wink Martindale, values the corners over necessarily the pass rushers. If you extend a guy like Adoree Jackson and push his money back and keep him for a year or two, you know what I'm saying? You could probably get by with that and just let Leonard Williams play his contract out, man, because we just talked about the defensive tackle position and how the Giants were loading up, so to speak. And, one more year, Leo, at a big number. I mean, it's not ideal, but I think they would rather keep him on the books for the huge number than Adoree, and they can just extend Adoree Jackson and just let Leonard walk after this season. But they could possibly let them both walk. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. But if I had to pick one, I would pick Adoree Jackson just because how Wink Martindale values the cornerback position. 4 years, 14 million. Sean will stick to himself for 12 million. Yeah, and I think they meet in the middle. That's why I said 13. You know what I'm saying? I think they come to an agreement somewhere around the 13, 12 and a half, something like that. They kind of, split the difference, so to speak, and Saquon will be a Giant. Pat, what's good? What's good, Pat? Says, yo, Deception, what's good? Good morning, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. We just chopping it up, man. This is Giants Conversations, man. All New York Giants podcast, man. So please chime in the chat. Bring your comments, bring your thoughts. If you want to come up on the panel, man, you feel free to do so. Hit the link. I put the link in the chat. I will put the link in the chat again. If anybody want to come up here and talk about the Giants, man, and what's going on, man. But Dexter Lawrence, man, 4 years, 90 million, well deserved, man. For the New York Giants, man. Most definitely, man. The man that calls himself Dexter Lawrence is back with the Giants, man. Saquon is next, man. Saquon is next, man. I know y'all want to talk about Saquon, so let's get into it, man. Now, Tudo says here, about the contract. Now, the contract for me, I'm worried about the contract, but not as much as I'm worried about, Saquon. And if he gets paid, man, I hope we don't get no Zeke Elliott situation, you know what I'm saying, where he just kind of falls off a cliff, so to speak. And I don't think he will, but there is some concern with Saquon Barkley, man, especially when it comes to the injuries, man. So how y'all feel about that? Are you worried that if they give Saquon a bag, that he goes out there and for whatever reason he's ineffective or doesn't perform? You know what I'm saying? Would that look like a bad move for Joe Shane instead of just letting him play out on the franchise tag, man? Tell me what y'all think in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna interact with the chat for right now, man. It's any somebody comes up on the panel, man. So tell me what y'all feel in the chat, man. Do y'all think that if we give Saquon Barkley, pay him a big contract, a huge contract, or are you worried about his injury history or him suddenly not being as effective as he was in previous seasons, man? Let me know what y'all think, man. Matt says, easy for me to say, don't ruin your career and possibly post career in NYC over $1 million. That's true. We don't know what Saquon's post career is his post career is looking like after this Giant. He still got quite a few years to play football. The kid's only 25, so I definitely want to see Saquon get his money, but it's got to be reasonable, man. It does have to be reasonable, man, because the running back position, is one of those positions that just unfortunately is a dime a dozen. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it like that, but that's kind of what it is, and the Giants just drafted a running back in the 4th round. Not saying he's Saquon, y'all pump the brakes, but what I am saying is they could possibly feel like this kid could, carry a workload similar to Saquon Barkley, when he gets up to speed in the NFL, man. So, but Saquon does add a different dynamic, and he's more than just a running back, man. He is a leader on the field, and I like to call Saquon a Mariano Rivera, where you put him in at the end of the game, man, and he gets it done. He takes the Giants to victory, man, by running out the clock in the 4th quarter. So let me get to a couple comments. Leo's been taking over IOU's agent. They're not taking no more discounts anymore. They made up their minds. Yeah, that's probably the case. I know he said earlier that before that he was gonna that he would jokingly, I guess he was joking, saying he was gonna accept a discount, but maybe not. Maybe they just want to, like I said, play the contract out. Pat, Barkley's different from Elliott's. Work ethic is ridiculous. It's only injuries that should concern you, but other than that, no worries if he gets his money. Yeah, I can see. I understand, Pat. You know what I'm saying? It definitely isn't Barkley's work effort or whatever like that, man. But I do feel that just paying a running back, man, sometimes is a little is a little fragile or whatever, you know what I mean? So but what's good, Jay Lay, man? What's good, man?
What's going on? Good morning, y'all.
What's cracking, my dude? What's good, man? Talk to me.
I'm gonna be on here for a little bit, but I got this little birthday party, my little nephew birthday party. But
copy that, man.
Yeah,
but
I
how
think
you feeling about this Saquon situation?
I think they're gonna get the deal done. I mean, I believe it's just business, especially with Dex getting his contract. I mean, they always preach about continuity and they love Saquon and all that, which love is great, but business is business. But having Saquon on your team is great for business. You want to have all these weapons, and you have this new rookie that you want to put the ball in their hands. Well, let's have the threat of a top tier running back in our backfield, so those DBs and safeties and linebackers I have to play up more instead of just solely focusing on our extremely young wide receiver core.
Absolutely, man, and that's a good point that you made. Saquon being on the field, man, especially when we got these speedy wide receivers right now, that is going to open up the middle of the field, man.
Gonna
And
help everybody.
hopefully we can use Saquon. Me and Pat, we all talk about this big blue crew. Hopefully they can use Saquon more like the Alvin Kamara role, you know what I'm saying, where he's not necessarily. That's why they got that kid Gray. I think Gray gonna be the main running back, and Saquon not the main running back, but the main bruiser, like the short yardage back, and they're gonna use Saquon, more for like short passes, screens. You know what I'm saying? Those little curl routes, different things like that. You know what I'm saying? And get him more involved in the passing game as opposed to running him up the middle. You know what I'm saying?
There's gonna be so much motion going on pre-snap, bro. It's gonna be crazy. Cause you just think of it. You can line up with Darren Waller, Saquon, and old boy Gray in the backfield. I mean, maybe later on because he is a rookie, but you got just say it's just Saquon, and then you have Hyatt, then you have Campbell.
What's good, Raphael? What's good? Appreciate you coming through.
Let's just say Shep. I mean, there's so many different ways from with motion that, you know what I'm saying, you could, throw Waller out, throw Bellinger out, or put one to the other side so you stack the tight ends and then drop Saquon down over there and then bring the other wide out to the other. Like, there's so much different shit that you could do just with pre-snap. And all of these players can play all of those different ways. You know what I'm saying? Bellinger can block and catch. Waller's, he's cool at blocking, but I mean, he's really just gonna, catching. But he could play on the outside. He could play in line with, with tight end. There's so much shit that, I mean, this shit, Waller in the slot, that's crazy.
Right. Facts, man. Facts, man. Matt says, I think Saquon's capacity for workload is questionable. His carries for sure have to be limited. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. They want to think about it. We just talked about this with Dexter Lawrence, man. You know how he was gassed at the end of the season because he was playing so many snaps, and teams were able to take advantage of that. It's the same thing with Saquon Barkley, man. These guys carried this team, Daniel Jones, man, Leonard Williams, man, Kayvon Thibodeau played a bunch of snaps, man, Andrew Thomas on the offensive line. So we have to understand that these guys need rest. They're not robots, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, if you can stop so much Saquon running up the gut, man, you give those carries to Eric Gray, you know what I'm saying? Then when Saquon needs a breather, you sub in Matt Breida, you kind of got to back up. Breida's kind of about to be the backup for Saquon. Maybe they keep Gary Brightwell on the roster, in case something happens to Eric Gray. But Eric Gray is going to be a big part of this offense. I do believe that, maybe bigger than you guys think because he's going to get those short yardage runs, man. I think that's what they're looking for, man, with a guy like that, man. So keep Saquon fresh, extend his career, make it to where, he doesn't get burned out in the end of the season. And then maybe you can limit some of those injuries that we talked about, So Matt says that's a reverse argument for what I've been hearing. Most people are looking at the receiving core to open up the field for Saquon Barkley. Well, it works hand in hand, it works hand in hand. Saquon Barkley is definitely going to be able to get more open looks. Teams are not going to be able to key on him more, but also, having Saquon and his running style and him paired with Eric Gray, and if they can get gain some positive yardage on first and second downs and get in these third and shorts, then that's definitely going to open up the middle, man, especially when you have explosive playmakers like Waller and Hyatt and Slayton and these guys, man. They're speed, man, speed. That's what we've been talking about, man. The Giants are trying to be a speed team to combat the teams in their division that use a little bit more power, like the Philadelphia Eagles. So
can't cover what you can't catch.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? That lion can't catch that damn gazelle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't give a damn how powerful and strong and all that you are. You know what I'm saying? Some things just.
It's gonna be strong by yourself because I'm already down the field. I'm already there.
Right, you know what I mean? So that's what we've been talking about, man. But
and then I be thinking about, because we got one of the youngest teams, in the league. And so just think if these dudes, because we're not usually people leave the teams and stuff like that after they win a Super Bowl or stuff like that because they get these big contracts and all that. We have the opportunity to have these same players, the rare opportunity to have these same players year after year for the next, but 3 years. That would be great. Four, shit. If we can
I
keep,
say they got about a 4-year window.
yeah,
Like
if
that,
we can keep majority of this team together for the next 4 to 5 years, I mean, that would be great. You would already have Daniel Jones would already have the chemistry with his receivers and all that. The DBs, the young DBs that are rookies now or year two players would have so much more experience and playing against elite competition. So I just think it's just all going to be for the better. These coaching staff seems like they're going to stay together. Wink don't look like he going nowhere. Daboll for sure ain't going nowhere. Kafka's still young, and so I mean I don't really think he's going to go nowhere. He could, but even if he do, Daboll he could still run an offense. He could still call plays.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean it wouldn't be that.
And what's gonna help real quick, Jado, even if Kafka lose, you got Daniel Jones, your quarterback, in the system, you know what I'm saying, for multiple years now, and he's definitely gonna help any offensive coordinator be able to transition into running the same things that they've been running up under Kafka, man. So yeah, I think we definitely gonna have some continuity, especially on the defensive side of the football. That's why this Dexter Lawrence contract needed to get done. We all knew that, because you got to keep the main piece in the middle of your defense. So we're gonna see, man, how things shape out, man. But real quick, man, how you feel about Mr. Shane Ximines re-signing, man? Because I know this got some people kind of hot and bothered a little bit, man, so to speak, man. But what you think about this, Jay? This Shane Ximines re-signing back with the New York Giants. He was here first 4 years of his career. Some would say he was disappointing to be polite about it, but
very disappointing. I don't know why they signed him back, but whatever. I guess we need that. But I mean, he can come or go. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, man, I feel you on that, man. But I am a little worried about this edge room, man. Because behind pause. Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari, I mean, it's this guy and Jahad Ward. And some people put Ellison Smith, man. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I mean, the season hasn't even started yet. They still have the opportunity to sign free agents.
And they do have Tamon Fox too.
Exactly.
Tamon Fox actually. Let me stop myself.
I forgot about Fox too.
Tamon Fox actually could be that guy. He could be that guy that develops and gives you some production, man, from from that edge position. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what they're doing. They're banking on the continuity and Wink Martindale's system with guys like Tamon Fox, Shane Ximines, Kayvon Thibodeau in year 2. Hopefully Azeez holds up. You know what I'm saying? And then
I think with Azeez, man, I think because he got, not to cut you off, my bad, but
nah, you good, brother.
But I think he's he gained all that weight, you know what I'm saying? Gained, what was it, like 10, 12 pounds of muscle or something? I mean, that extra torque and that extra burst is gonna, it's gonna take your body some time to get used to, and then you gotta balance it out. Maybe you didn't need to gain 10 to 12, maybe you only needed to gain 7, 8, pounds of muscle. So I think he'll balance it out. I mean, we hope he balances it out. Because we know that when he's on the field, he's a game wrecker. He's
absolutely
he's just as disruptive as any of our top defensive players on that team. So I mean, but as long as he stays on the field, he's got to stay on the field, man. You gotta get that push from both sides with Kayvon and Azeez. So, and then up the middle with Sean Robinson, Leo, and Dex. I mean, we gotta have. We're like the fucking Infinity Stones. We gotta have everything together.
Yeah,
they're powerful by themselves. They good by themselves, but together we could take over this league with a snap.
Most definitely, man. Tamon Fox, man. Like I said, kind of forgot about the guy, but he definitely showed some promise last season. So most definitely, man. But let's get into the Exactly, with the muscle. Yeah, I get it. Let's get into the rookie report in the mini camp, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Giants fans excited about this Bryce Ford Wheaton kid, man. This speedster, man, this undrafted kid, man, that they got signed. And we talked about Eric Gray, of course, Jalen Hyatt, John Michael Smith's man. You know, by reports, he's looking pretty good, looking pretty decent. Everybody's looking pretty good. They're not doing anything, out of the ordinary, I would say, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of a training camp, what training camp is, for the rookies, but to get familiar with the system, learn the playbook, go through some drills, making sure everybody's in shape, fit, ready to go, man. They'll have a couple of these mini camps throughout this month. And I think next month too, before they break off for training camp. But exactly, man. Bryce Ford Wheaton, man. He said he turned down the Seahawks and the Pigeons. Good for him. You know what I'm saying? For the New York Giants, because we don't like birds. You know what I'm saying? Birds is what you eat on Thanksgiving. So, good for Bryce Ford Wheaton, man. But I'm definitely excited, man. Who are some of the guys you're excited to see come out on the field, Jay Lay, man?
As far as
the rookies.
The rookies. I mean, shit. I want to see how if John Michael Smith, of course, without saying John Michael Smith, Banks, and really Banks, because he's really a key piece to really opening up this defense. I mean, as far as we all want to see them, at least the guys in the top 3 rounds. Those are the guys that are potentially going to be day one starters. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody assumes. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Banks, because if he could really be that true dog press man corner and really stop these receivers from getting off their routes and getting into their breaks and all that stuff, then that's really going to help out, like we said, Aziz and Kayvon and all that. And then and Bobby O will be able to, do what he does better just by having that one guy. Because, we still going to have a Dory out there and all that. So, I think that's going to be the most important piece. But who I'm most excited? Hyatt. Of course, it's the offense. You want to see him catch some bombs. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him shake a couple guys out their shoes and show that he is a route runner. Because if he goes out there and off the rip is just breaking and cutting and leaving other defenders in the dust, it's going to be for a 3rd round pick, it's going to be a home run. And then we have that plus our round 1 cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Shutting things down over there. That'll be a home run draft and hopefully a home run season.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. I totally agree with that, man. But I do want to see Jalen Hyatt out there on the field, man. Most definitely, man. Banks. But let's keep it a buck. The key to this season is the Giants and that offensive line, John Smith. You know what I'm saying?
It's like almost you don't want to talk about it because you don't want to jinx it. You just like.
But this is what we've been talking about for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So look here, man. This goddamn line better be ready to go.
You see what playing. Mets picture wasn't that our last center getting dragged?
Yeah, Feliciano getting drug off the field, man. Getting punch drunk, out there, man. What's good? What's good, Coach Ed? Appreciate you coming through, man. Says peace and blessings, man. What's good, Joey B, man? Appreciate you, man. So the biggest DJ haters on YouTube now says he has to have 5,000 yards and 40 TDs. It's a failure. Oh, man. It gets ridiculous, man, with these YouTubers and Twitter people, man, with Daniel Jones, man. But Daniel Jones has got to be excited.
Let me what if Joey B? He has to have 5,000. What do you do for your job? All right, whatever you do, I want 5,000 or whatever you do, or you're a failure. Okay.
Mark Lewinsky, he plays right guard until McKeithen or Azudu take his job. That's probably how that's going to work out. If he's struggling for whatever reason. then they're gonna get him up out of there quick, man. I think he'll have a short leash this season because he did not play well last year, but part of that could be because Evan Neal struggled so badly. So right tackle and right guard, he got to work together, especially when you're picking up stunts and twists and different things like that, man. Remember how bad Will Hernandez was at that, and it made the right tackle look even worse than what they were. I mean, we see we could break that down on film, man. But definitely, Azudu at left guard. Yeah, that's possible, man. But I think Ben Bredesen, man. I think people are underrating this guy right here, man. I remember, like we said, everybody's going into year two under OG Bobby Johnson, the offensive coordinator, as we like to call him. So I think you're gonna see the best Ben Bredesen at that position. Remember, he has the continuity with Andrew Thomas. They've been working together on the left side for 2 years now. This will be the third season. You've seen the improvement last year. The left side, held its own for the most part. It was that middle to right side that we had problems. So I wouldn't be mad at it if Azudu took his job, man. But I want to see somebody take Glowinski's job, like you said. Go to the bench.
He's a good backup at this point.
Yeah,
backup. He's a very good, one of your guys that's been balling out gets hurt, he can come in there and not fuck up as much.
Right, yeah.
Especially if he got other good players around him. Because he played on that Colts offensive line, but that Colts offensive line had beasts all around him. He was probably one of the weaker offensive linemen of that group. And so, he had other people he had a center and a tackle to bounce off of, whenever he got into some trouble or something.
Glow. Coach says no mess. The right guard is Glow, but hopefully McKeithen, future Beastmaster, can take the reins. Yeah. Coach has been a big fan of McKeithen, man. That's the other guard we drafted out of North Carolina last year in the 4th round, I believe. So, but he has to recover from his injury, as does Azudu. So we'll see how that plays out. But I'm with you, Coach. I think if it's not Azudu, it's McKeithen. One of those two was going to take Glowinski's job, man. And somebody could actually develop out the blue, like a Wyatt Davis or somebody like that, or even John Ryder. So definitely, man. But look here, man. This rookie has to make an impact, man, and that's John Michael Smith, man. In that center position, man, one of the most important positions on the field. That's the quarterback of the line. They work directly with the quarterback, so you want to definitely have that center not be the weakest part on you. I think you might can deal with the guards being a little bit weaker, because look, we're not gonna have 5 all pros out there. You know what I'm saying?
In a perfect world.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But teams gonna get sacks on us, man, and it's usually gonna be from ideally, you want to have one guy, one weak link, so to speak, man, and the other guys around them make him stronger. Yeah, he for sure starts. We ain't playing that bullshit. John Michael Smith starts.
He has the most pressure
from
on
day one. Yeah, we're not putting in what's his name from Pittsburgh?
Heisenhower. 999. No Heisenhower.
Yeah, we ain't having that, son. Nah.
But John Michael Smith, he definitely has the most pressure on him out of all of our all those first 3 rounds, out of Hyatt, Banks, and Smith. Smith has definitely the most pressure because there's nobody there to show him. I mean, he has older guys that have played center and everything before, but he has no backup like that. You know what I'm saying? Hyatt, he has, Paris Campbell and Waller and other different, players that can still, oh no, this is how you line up over here, this is how you do this, or just give them those tips. John, we have no other real centers on this team. You know what I'm saying? There's no pure center that can show. And John Michael Smith, make no mistake, is a pure center. That's the position that he plays. He's not going to go out to guard. He's damn sure ain't playing no damn tackle. He is a center.
If he's at tackle,
that's crazy.
Our season is we top 5, yo. It's over. Like,
but he definitely has the most pressure, man. And he's got a very big job ahead of him. I mean, the center is the quarterback. It's just the same thing as like a quarterback or a middle linebacker. They are the conductor of that line. You know what I'm saying? They're the one that's calling out the plays and pointing everything out and make sure everybody's where they need to be. Mm-hmm. So that's why, and I'm actually glad because people said this as a bad thing, but how he's much older than an average rookie. He's not 19, 20, 21. He's a grown man. That's 24, 25 years old.
Right.
I mean, that'll help him. He'll be able to bang with these dudes. It's not gonna be so intimidating that, oh man, these grown men I'm a grown man too. I got bills, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yo, don't get it twisted, yo. You know what I'm saying? Just cause I'm a couple years younger, man, yo. I gotta eat too, son.
But I think he's gonna mesh real well. I mean, Bobby Johnson, they all seem to be over the moon for him. They drafted him in the second round, so of course they think highly of him and think that he can get the job done. I just can't wait to see it all play out.
Most definitely. Coach says Glowinski doing them dang chicken legs really frustrate me. He reminds me of a guy who is playing because it's his football or he's going home with the football. Well, he can go home and take the football, the helmet, the shoulder pads, the jersey, the cleats, and all that with him. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely been, and it's always like this. When we sign these guys, they come in here, man, and they disappoint. They disappoint, man. And Glowinski has been a disappointment. So definitely somebody come take his job, man, and do better. You know what I'm saying? Do better and not this 76 right here on no Mets photo right here, Feliciano, guys
crazy.
Like that.
That's crazy. I knew it was bad when we seen him in training camp. Like, look at him, gut all out, arms limp, foam helmet, limp to the side. It was sad. Look at that big ass belly button, bro. That's motherfucker shoot a ping pong ball in that motherfucker.
Oh, big for nothing ass.
Yeah, bro.
Word up.
Get the fuck out of Yano.
Get out of here, man.
Put him in the bathroom. Put him in the fucking bathroom.
Take him out back. He's washed. Gotta put him down, son. You know what I'm saying? He's done.
I'm so glad he gone. I wish we would have kept Gates, but I mean, dude's on the. I wish we would have kept him, but Feliciano, man, I was happy when I seen him. Bye, leave, get the fucking be gone.
Yeah, peace out, man. For real, man. Definitely done with Feliciano, man. You know what I'm saying? But man, look, check it out, man. These rookies coming in. I'm excited with these cornerbacks, though, man. What was the other? We got another corner in the
from Old Dominion.
Yeah.
What is like some Javarius Owens, but he might be.
He could move to safety, but regardless or not, man, I'm starting to like the looks of this secondary right now. I mean, you got Banks, you got Adoree Jackson, of course, you got a Xavier McKinney, man, who I definitely want to see take his game to the next level this season. We got Dane Belton coming back. Another guy, man, people underrated was Pinnock, the safety, man. That he was the one getting those sacks, man, coming down blitzing, man. That dude, he's good at blitzing the quarterback. So he's another underrated guy. The guy we got from Washington, Bobby McCain. We got him back there in the safety.
We do got a nice little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we got a nice little group of dudes, man. We got a nice little group.
Starting to shape out pretty well, man. And I'm definitely excited, man. And Jerome Henderson, man, you hear me talk about Jerome Henderson a lot, man, because people sometimes underrate. We always look at the coordinators and the head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, but people underrate some of the position coaches, man. And Jerome Henderson is one of the best in the business, man, at coaching up DBs, man. So I'm definitely excited, man, to see what he can do with Banks, Dane Belton in year 2, Cordell Flott coming into year 2. Hopefully McKinney, like I said, can take his. This guy got Dory Jackson making tackles, man. This dude was actually hitting. Dory Jackson was not that type of corner, man, before getting under Jerome Henderson. It's like he takes the DB's weakness, man, and turns them into strengths. Remember what he did with Bradbury when Bradbury was here. Coming in that first season, Jerome Henderson made him a Pro Bowler. That was Bradbury's first Pro Bowl season. So under Jerome Henderson, man, so he had Aaron Robinson looking pretty decent last year before the injuries took hold. He had guys like Fabian Moreau, at least playing decent enough for us not to, give up a bunch of points, game in and game out. So definitely excited to see these DBs do, man, coming out and these defensive tackles. They drafted another one. What was this kid? Riley.
From Oregon, yeah, that's from my neck of the woods. Yeah, Jordan Riley, yeah, he's a dog too. You know what I'm saying? He's got some sharpening up to do, but he could definitely be a nice disruptor, you know what I'm saying, a nice little relief piece whenever, you know what I'm saying, Dex or whoever gets a little winded, he can hop in there and still pick up the pace, you know what I'm saying, and keep it going. He's gonna get pushed around a little bit by these, you know what I'm saying, by Kels and shit like that. But I mean, Kels pushes around everybody. Ain't too much you can really do about that.
Right. Coach said disappointment is the right word. It's like a girl set up on a blind date expecting Prince Charming and ended up with Fat Bastard. Oh, definitely, man. But I don't think nobody expected John Feliciano to be anything close to a Prince Charming, man. We was just wanting him to be decent, man. So
and he wasn't even that. I mean, there was time they when they did that with that little zone. I forgot what it was called. They did towards the end of the year. Bobby Johnson had him doing like this double team zone blocking thing where it was like they broke off into groups and was blocking like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like twos, a tackle in the guard, a center. You know what I'm saying? It was like a zone blocking scheme. I'm not too much familiar on, blocking schemes, but it was some shit that worked. That helped him out.
Right.
I bet Coach would be able to elaborate on it more. Was that me? No, that wouldn't.
I'm by a military base. I live by a military base. So
they throwing jets out the window.
Jets, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's when I do my podcast at night, they don't do it. They do it in the morning. I guess out of respect for the people that live around here. But anytime I'm on in the morning, I got to deal with that noise.
Yeah. At least they protecting something. They out there testing stuff out, making sure stuff is working.
Yeah, true that, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the military, man. But definitely, man. Coach says Feliciano went from dirtbag to shit bag fast.
For sure. And it kind of worried me midway through the year because Bobby Johnson was like he wants his player at the beginning of the year. He was like he wants his players to be like John Feliciano. I was like, bruh, no, we don't. We do not want our players like John Feliciano.
No.
The coach is saying that, but I mean, maybe he just misspoke or was like, man, you made me look bad out here, so we got to trade you.
Yeah, man. But I do think this line should be improved, man. And if this line is improved, man, you are going to see the best versions of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, man, that you've never seen before. That's what I'm predicting, man. And I'm gonna give y'all a little unpopular nugget, man. You know what I'm saying? Unpopular opinion sports, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Go sub to my man, Jay Lay, man, doing the G-Way with Jay Lay, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely go check that out, man. Go check out everybody in the Big Blue crew. Too many names. I was blessed with the intro, man. I'm gonna play the intro at the end of it, man. And y'all go sub to everybody y'all see out there, man. But I think this defense can be top 5 this year.
Oh, for sure.
I think this defense can be top 5. Year number 2 in Wink Martindale's system first. That's gonna make the defense better. They're gonna be playing faster. Um, us having better corners, so that we can, like I said, stop the run and being able to blitz and hold up on third downs. Us having better defensive tackles so we can stop the run, and definitely, man, I just think that Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari in year 2, Dexter Lawrence, a motivated man now, got his bag, man. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna keep doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think top 5. Yes, I think top 5. That's right, man. It's top 5. That's my unpopular nugget this year. We talked a lot about the rookies, we talked a lot about the defenses, and yeah, it's early, you know what I'm saying? And we gotta see who's on the field and blah, 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 blah. But I'm unpopular opinion sports. I'm giving you what the hell I think, you know what I'm saying? Damn with the analysts and everybody else saying, look, top 5 defense this year, man. What you think, Jay?
I think my bad. Yeah, I'm here. Huh?
Oh, no, you good.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think we very well can be. We got all the pieces in place. We got all the coaching staff that's back. Same system.
I agree, Joey. Less than 100 a game in the run defense, man. We definitely, and that's another reason. Sorry to cut you off, Jay. Another reason, man, is our run defense should be extremely. Ashawn Robinson, Nachos, Dex, Leo. You know what I'm saying? They got the kid that we talked about, Riley. You know what I'm saying? They got Vernon Butler. They got DJ Davison coming back, man. Like he can drop down on the line. So
we got a whole rotation. We got a whole rotation.
Facts, man. Facts. That's right, Joey B. Top 5, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do over here, man. Unpopular opinion sports, man. So I definitely think top 5, man, should be no less than top 5, man. Our biggest test is going to be in our division, man, against, the 3 teams in our division, man. And, that's going to tell the tale, of what we're going to be able to do this season. This is definitely a team on the uprise. And you've seen what Philly did last year, coming from that last season where they made the playoffs and everything, and then coming into that second season with the same offensive coordinator, year 2, man. You've seen Jalen Hurts take that lead, man, and people gonna say, yo, what was the difference? Somebody say AJ Brown. Well, guess what, man? We got a guy similar to that. He just plays a different position, and that's Darren Waller. So that's the big splash. They gave Daniel Jones a legit tight end. We got speedsters all over the field. What is Daniel Jones' best attribute? They say is throwing the deep ball. So definitely I do feel like that we're gonna have definitely a better offense, which will make your defense better. Think about this: how much the defense was on the field sometimes, man, in games, man, because the offense would, stall out or whatever, but definitely here they go again.
It's all right. Well, I'll take over the dead noise for a second. Yeah, man. With all these different players and everything on here, I think that's going to help us out a lot as far as our rotation and us being able to get, fresh players on the field so they don't get tired in case our offense does sputter a little bit, because we got all these new pieces, but they still got to gel together. This offensive line has to gel together. These wide receivers and Daniel Jones have to get on the same page. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we got a lot of young people in here. And this offense, make no mistakes, is a very complicated offense. And I bet you Kafka and Dable are going to be bringing out some new shit for this year. Because they was telling us all last year that they still got – we ain't even scratched the surface yet of what they can do. And now that they have these players, of what opens up new chapters in their playbook now. So, it's just going to be real fun to see. It was real exciting last year. I think it's going to be just as exciting, if not more exciting this year. But I want to thank you for having me on MIG22. I gotta go get
Killer
ready for this
speed, man.
birthday party. But shout out to the whole Big Blue crew, man. Giants Nation, G-Way with J-Lay.
Absolutely, man.
We coming this year, man. We about to solidify. We about to let the NFC East and the whole NFL know that the New York Football Giants is back, and we ain't going nowhere no time soon.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you, J-Lay, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. Definitely go sub to my man, the G-Way with J-Lay, man. You know what I'm saying? And go support this brother, man. Excellent content, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the funniest members of the Big Blue crew, man. Probably the funniest member of the Big Blue crew, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
As always, jokes, man. When Jay on, man. Facts, man.
All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all.
All right, man. Much love, bro. But yeah, man. I'm gonna wrap up the show, man. You know, this is gonna be an hour show, kind of the pregame. You know, when the season starts, man, we're gonna definitely give you Giants conversations, man. I'm not gonna do this every week in the off season, man, because it just ain't that much to talk about week in and week out with the Giants, man. Especially as we get further into the off season. We'll do a stream when the schedule releases. I think that is. Let me check my calendar here. Yeah, that's in a couple days, so we'll probably do a stream next week, next Sunday, reacting to the schedule release. You know, because that's going to be big news. You know, we'll go through, do the little win loss. You know what I'm saying? What we predict, man. Based on the schedule. Now that we got rosters are starting to formulate, man, and get more complete. You know, we can kind of give our predictions on what we think. But that schedule release is May 11th, so we'll come back next week and do the Giants conversation again, and then we'll take a break, until maybe June, after the next kind of training camp, mini camp thing. We'll come back, do another Giants conversations, and then we'll be steady here once training camp starts. As far as the weekly show. So that's the plan for this podcast here. Ladies and gentlemen, man, definitely appreciate all y'all coming through. Perry Mac, appreciate you, man. First time seeing you, I believe, man. So if you could please hit the subscribe button, man, for me, man. Like the video, man. And I'll go ahead and answer your question real quick. I believe you saying, do we think we'll get Saquon signed next week? I think it's going to drag out a little bit, Perry. I really do. I think it's going to drag out a little bit. I think you could probably see something get done right before training camp. That's usually how these things play out. They want to, I think training camp, you might see something come on around training camp. And so definitely, just because it's usually how these things play out, they'll want to make sure that Saquon is there for training camp. They don't want to have a holdout. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do think that the kind of the timeline here for this to happen is right before training camp, and I think they'll have something done by then. But it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done, man. Joe Shane is a smart man, and Saquon Barkley wants to be here, and he is a definite very important piece of what the Giants are going to be able to do this season. Jeffrey T, what's good, man? What's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to wrap up this show here, Jeff, man, because I got some things I got to do a little bit later, man. But appreciate you stopping by, man. We're going to do Giants conversations, like I was saying. Every Sunday, 11:45. I was a little bit late today, man. I had some issues, man. But 11:45, we're gonna give you Giants conversations, and we'll come back next week for the schedule release reaction and see what we predict our record's gonna be, man. For the New York Giants, man. Appreciate you, Tommy. Says rookie camp looking young, fresh, explosive, high ceiling on a lot of players. Competitive room in many positions. We're loaded, ready to develop future young talent. Yes, definitely, man. The young talent is definitely here, man, and we have tons of it, man. 2 draft classes stacked. I think the grade on Joe Shane's draft, I think last year was B+, this year A minus. So that's We lit man with the New York Giants, man. Good work, man. Appreciate you, Jeff, man. Definitely, man. Look forward to seeing you Tuesday, man, for Heart of the City, man. Y'all go check out Heart of the City Tuesday at 8:30, where we go around all New York City area sports. We do include the Giants. So they're a New York team. Also, talk about the Jets, Yankees, Mets, Knicks, Nets. Yeah, you Knicks fans, man. How y'all feeling about that? About that beat down Miami gave y'all last night, man, or yesterday afternoon. But I always like messing with the Knicks fans, man. But good series, man. Good basketball series, man. So go check that out. We'll be talking about that, recapping the series Tuesday, 8:30. Heart of the City. You already know what it is, man. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. Shout out to the sponsors of the show. Go Travels, man. You see the logo, man. In the corner right there. Definitely for all your sports need, go visit Go Travels. Go check us out on Facebook. Go Travels. I'm redoing the Facebook page. And the website is being redone as well too. Go check out Wise Consulting Solutions. Get your credit right, man. Get your credit straight, man. Get your credit straight, man. So you can go check out the New York Giants, man. And your favorite teams, man. You know what I'm saying? So go check out Shadow Worlds Radio. Definitely, man, for that feel good music, man. That old school jams, man. You turn it on, man, and you just ride, man, zone out. That's what I like to do when I'm on the road, man. Check out Shadow Worlds Radio. And go check out, man, Coach Ed's Read and React podcast, man. Coach, man, does the most awesome interviews, man. You know, man, interviewing all the people from the community, from the Giants community, man. So definitely go check that out, man. Check out his latest episode, man, with Big Dash Knows, man. But shout out to the whole Big Blue crew, man. And we're gonna wrap it up like this, man. Everybody, peace.
This is a Big Blue Crew production.